My name is Sakshi Singh. I'm 19 years old and I'm currently pursuing Bachelor of Arts in Psychology major from Banaras Hindu University. So beginning with a poem which has social importance. No matter how you live, no matter how you do, you will always be judged, you will always be shamed. So this piece is really close to my heart and its title is You Are Shamed. For glossing your lips bold, for coating it as red as blood, for leaving it chapped, unglossed, you are shamed. For hanging out with the ones from the opposite gender, for being surrounded by your gender ones, you are shamed. For having too much flesh, for being too curvy, for being too flat with so little of flesh, you are shamed. For concealing head to toe, covering every inch of your body, for flaunting your body, you are shamed. For being underconfident, somewhat hesitant, for being confident, you are shamed. For speaking your mind, for voicing your opinion, for keeping it to yourself, you are shamed. For being all decked up, for keeping it as simple as anything, you are shamed. Fighting for equal status, for being rebellious, for accepting everything, you are shamed. For having relationships flings, for not having a thing, you are shamed. No matter what it is, no matter what you do, you are shamed. See, there are days when we are full of energy and enthusiasm. And there are days when we are low, we are in despair. So following pieces of mine is dedicated for the very same. It's really tough to endure some days, but it's okay not to be okay. Cliche, isn't it? Some days you just want to end everything, and someday you have the power to conquer the world. Sometimes you are falling apart, some days you fit all the jigsaw puzzle of your life so beautifully. You know, sometimes even I'm really broken, and sometimes I have existential crisis too. Some days I want to give up even without trying. You know, when you fight the world, it's a lot more easier than fighting your own self. Constant strife between you and your soul is the worst. In the end, it's you who has to taste the defeat. You have to lose a part of yourself. Sometimes you are so empty-headed, and sometimes you have an ocean of thoughts roaring in your head. They're not mere thoughts. They are thoughts questioning the meaning of your life. It's so tough to answer this when your life throws it at your face, isn't it? And you sleep with these heavy thoughts in your head. The next day when you wake up, you're normal again. A sleep of 8 hours changes everything. Maybe the positivity sent by the sun heals everything. Who knows? And the day is normal again. So, the next one is about love. We all have fallen in love, and at least for once, we all have been heartbroken. I too fell in love in high school, and it is actually based on true story. I too fell in love with a guy back in 8th standard. So here is an extract of my heartbreak. It's been years since I moved on. I don't think about you anymore. I mean it when I say so. But it's one of those days where I willingly want to walk down the memory lane. I'm over you now. Your memories too somewhere. But it shakes me from within when I actually close my eyes and recollect how we met. Maybe you don't remember because you never cared. Maybe I overdid, and I still do. Who knows? Though the memories are a bit blurred, but I can very well remember how you were sitting in the middle of those 4 walls alone, in our casual school uniform, cream shirt, maroon pants, tie a bit loose than how it is actually supposed to be in convent schools, for which you were usually pointed out. You know, it's not an easy thing to remember these details of someone who has actually lived in your heart for more than half a decade, one-sided. Nah, I don't blame you. Moreover, I have never ever wanted to write about it, but sometimes you want to do what you never could. I was never really fond of attending classes, and that's true. I was always scolded for low attendance until I met you. From hating going to schools to attending every class for merely those I meetings became my favorite thing. Passing you secret glances in the middle of the class, in the playground, in the recess, those corridors was a part of my usual custom. Maybe I was deeply into you. for such a tender age. But those feelings couldn't be truer. You know, I've always craved to talk to you, but it was a mirage. For every single day, I craved your reciprocation. I always thought just for once we could talk. I hate the word ignorance, and you know why. Your ignorance was like glass stinging through my breath, ripping my throat apart. It used to rip my soul off for every rude response you gave me indirectly because you never talked to me, like not even for once. Now it doesn't hurt anymore because I'm no more in love with you. But it does chills my spine for what I have been through in those years. I don't blame you, to be honest. Maybe I expected too much, so I was meant to be hurt. Expectation hurts, right? Somewhere I had started to make peace with myself that maybe we are not meant to be together. It was just a matter of time that I found comfort in your eyes which soothed my soul. But you cannot make a heart understand that why the other person is not falling in love with you. It still wanted you at all costs. Though I tried the hardest, it was futile. All my efforts were as lifeless as a dead body. Now I don't want to fall in love with anyone again, though I still do have utmost faith in there. I have a void in my heart no matter who comes in. It's forever gonna be empty. Maybe I gave too much of myself to you. Maybe a part of my soul will forever be with you, even if I'm out of love. And somewhere I'll always be remembered with your name for the immense love that I showered upon you. And you'll always be there if ever the pages of my life are flipped. And I know you know everything. And I'm sure I can never love anyone the way I did to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.